And we are live at 5/7 Central from the Piranha Pond. What's up, everybody? I am your host, Kingfish Mac, joined by my brother from another mother, Mr. Franklin Nunn Flyer. What's up with your baby boy?
What up, world? I hope you guys are having wonderful evenings, man. We in this bitch, though.
Indeed, we are. Indeed, we are. Shout out to the Piranhas,
Come on.
Mr.
We
Nick
waiting on y'all.
Nass. Waiting on Mr. Nick Nass to hit us up. Hope he's doing okay wherever he is. And the mermaid has informed us that she is in Traffico and on her way to some Wi-Fi activity. In the meantime, in between time, me and my brother, Mr. Franklin Nunn Flyer, shall endeavor to entertain y'all with the truth
Yes, sir.
and our versions of it.
Yeah, we living in our truth, goddammit.
So what's been going on with you, bro?
Man, grinding on the young plantationals, being plantation alive. Gave a nigga a little young promotion, low key. First couple days was kind of rocky. Had to call a meeting. You know what I'm saying, set some shit straight. And today went perfect, low key. She was pretty live. And everybody got in and out of there on time. No complaints, no retreat, no surrender, goddamn.
I high key want to congratulate you
Thank you.
on the promotion, brother. Hella proud of you. You've been one thing I can say about you is that I've never had no doubt is that shit, when you get committed to a fucking program, nigga, that's what it is. You're gonna be there, you're gonna show up, and you're gonna be the best that they hired your ass to be. So I shouldn't be surprised, that you climbing that corporate ladder, but I'm damn sure proud of you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I'm surprised. Shit, that shit happened fast. But they dig me there, man. I appreciate them. Shout out to C Logistics and all the folks that work there and around and with me. We in this bitch, man. We get some.
Real spinel. I was tripping at the last few podcasts that we've done. We had to touch on Miss Monique and her issues with DL, and seems like her ass is still in the news, whether she wants to be or not. First, let me say this: after she caught all that flack last week for interjecting DL's daughter and the rest of his female family members into the beef that she has going on with him, we kind of saw her trying to do her version of the backtrack, which was on her, I want to say it was on her Instagram. She invited her sweet babies to come and get some therapy with Big Mama, with Mama Monique, in the form of come out to her show in whatever city she was performing at next, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of said to me the same thing that Corey Holcomb said, like, is you going to write some fucking material, or are you just going to keep coming on stage ranting about whatever you perceive to be the inequities in your life? However, what happened over the weekend is Monique's real sister came out and had a fucking Twitter rant post. Here, I'll just put it up and read it. It's kind of lengthy. Uh, Her name is Millicent Imes. Uh, she is actually Monique's biological sister, or younger sister. I don't know what she does for a living, but here was her response to the Monique drama in my Millicent voice. So Millicent says, damn, where am I at? Is that the one I want? That's not the one I want. Here, let me take that one down. Struggle streaming at its finest.
Dang, you getting it. Just like Botany on the budget. We make it happen.
Here, let me take that down so I can find the one that I was looking for.
We make it look good though. How about that?
Right. Maybe it was Instagram. Oh, it was. It was on Instagram. My bad. My bad, y'all, for the struggle stream. Stop this stream. Share this screen. And here we are. Are we up here? I got it now.
I just see us.
You just see us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was actually trying to find the actual Insta post. I got it now. Here we go. All right. Can you see that?
Yep.
All right. So Miss Millicent Imes, who is Monique's sister, stated on her Instagram, "Enough is enough, my sister. Stop the madness. It's not a good look. God has shut you down before, and believe me, he will do it again. Let's start by staying on topic. You are and have been displacing your anger on the wrong people. Why don't you start, sister, with you? And that begins with one digging deep and praying. When we pray and God hears us and he gives us back to us, and he gives it back to us, it should say something to you. But you chose to listen to the devil, who was once a fallen angel. Take heed and clean your house up because it's dirty. Sis, you're coming with the same story over and over again. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Your career has been dead in the past, and now it's about to come to life, and now you're killing it again. And now the plug is about to be pulled on you, and you are about to be canceled again. This time it's flatline. I just can't take no more text messages or phone calls. At one time, the stage in the world was your oyster. What you're doing now is offensive to this family, our parents, and your siblings. But all of a sudden, it's about you having to be right, good, bad, or indifferent. And now you are wrong as two left shoes. It's absolutely maddening to see you embarrass yourself like this, which at this time is a reflection on the family, your true biological family, not your made up family or your wife, but your siblings and our parents. May they rest in peace, are turning over in heaven on your earthly behavior. Although you did not show up to your father's or your mother's funeral service, I'm sure they forgive you because they know who their child used to be. I see you're making statements about other people's children, so where are yours? Again, clean your house up and you'll be set free. LOL, I have the receipts. As your old bodyguard used to say, let's play nice. As you say, this is all coming from a place of love. Sister, stop. Your biological sister, Millicent. Love you to life and will be here for you always. So, Mr. Franklin Lynn Flyer.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about Monique's sister giving us, hey,
Hey, there she go. God damn it. How you
Mermaid is in the
doing?
building.
What's
Oh, we
Hey,
up?
bright up in here now. What do you think about Monique's sister giving her the business in terms of all the shit that we've been saying for the last week and a half about this Monique DL fiasco?
So I personally think it's in the genetics because she's messy as shit. She didn't have to do none of all the extra shit. So I know it's definitely in the DNA. Yeah, that's for sure. But she right though. It's time for you to go ahead and quit playing and assess your situation. Take a step back and look at your entire picture, Nikki, because you missing a lot. You missing a whole lot. And she's right. And the crazy thing is, I think the ability to sit back and listen, or step back and listen to people who you know love you, regardless what they're talking about, especially when you know they're talking about some right shit, is a hell of a person. You know, take a hell of a person to really do that shit, because then you admit to being wrong. A lot of motherfuckers don't like to admit to being wrong.
What up, Junebug?
But yeah, that's
Shell,
it.
your take?
yeah, I mean, I feel like, I mean, yeah, I mean, she needed to be told that, because two things. A, don't throw stones through glass houses. Your shit ain't all the way copacetic either. But
Hmm.
two, that you ain't just limited to, you ain't just, you got a problem with me, limited to me. But then when you start going in on Keena, Maddie, then you start going on Keena, Maddie, and the kids and all that, and then on top of that, she bought his daughter into it. It was just kind of poor, like, hey, you kind of had made your point, and you didn't have to like go so dramatic and so detailed with it. And I was just gonna say that sometimes people do a lot when a phone call could have done, but because Monique been doing shit so publicly, maybe she needs to be told publicly.
Mm-hmm.
I could dig that because it shows somebody really care about her.
She ain't getting it with just the sis, you doing career suicide. Maybe you need, you need, obviously you need somebody to talk to you hard out here in these fucking streets, you know, and she do, like at some point, again, if you too blind to see that you're doing career suicide, which I'm sorry, Monique been in this fucking game too long now. I just either you at this point it's like you like it, I love it. Like you don't want your career if you doing this because you've been in the fucking game too long. It's not even your first marriage. Like I just you don't let this little hoe ass nigga ruin your fucking career. Like that's what like. Cause I'm just trying to see what all she's accomplished in as long as she's been in the game. Like, so you gonna let this little questionable nigga have everybody questioning you? He ain't even managing you fucking right. You
Run around here
know,
with all these questions and shit.
I'm just like, how long we gonna be so dumb?
What about
Yeah.
the little dig that her sister hit her with about
Oh
her
man,
her having a wife?
For having what?
She said your family, not your creative family and your wife, but your biological family, your siblings and your parents. It's like, wow.
I mean, like,
Monique had a wife? What the fuck? And then I
well, I mean,
realized that
well, I mean,
she was talking about Zesty McFadden over
yeah,
there.
I was just gonna say he does not leave anything to be questioned. You know, he 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 does, and I'm not saying I probably got a problem with that, but I got a problem with that, and you married. You
hey, you
gonna
love
be
for you love.
whatever, then you gonna be whatever. I'm all right with that. I'm good in the hood with the LGBTQ community. I don't give three shits one way regardless. But like I said, I just it's very disheartening to me that Monique is allowing, again, I'm gonna say it, this little nigga to fuck up her career like that, and on top of that, it's he he questionable.
Man.
Excuse me.
So what about what about the whole idea of blood first, and
That's
then
all the
we'll
time.
deal with the truth behind closed doors?
That's
Well,
always.
shit, not so much with Monique and her sister on both terms too. Because remember, before we ever heard anything about her sister saying anything about this situation, part of the fallout, well, the main reason for the fallout with Oprah wasn't the Lee Daniels Tyler Perry shit. It was about Oprah interviewing her brother, and her brother having um, sexually molested her or something when she was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and her asking Oprah not to ask about that because it was triggering or it opened wounds or whatever, right?
So she wasn't trying to be totally transparent.
Right. So, uh, what I'm saying is that she came out and, publicly talked about this rift between, her parents because of her brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, the whole thing was her parents believed, her brother instead of
Right.
believing her. And, so now when, she didn't go to the parents' funerals, either one of them, right? She obviously don't have no contact with the brother, and I would guess that she don't have none with the sister. And
Mm-hmm.
now the sister is coming out speaking publicly against her, right? So it seems like there ain't no fucking family loyalty or none of that kind of shit
It's,
going on.
it's not. It's, like, you know how they say there's layers to this. It's levels to their bullshit. Now, should the sister who somebody she don't even fuck with, should she probably be? Because it's hard to say that the sister did that out of love. Y'all don't fuck around with each other like that.
Hey,
You
but that don't mean she can't love her though. Love her
know,
from
well,
afar. And
it
if
don't.
you see a motherfucker going into a nosedive, you gotta say so. I would. I probably wouldn't do it publicly because I'm not
Well,
that nigga. But
and I'm not saying that, but then it gets very thin liney when,
true that.
like you said, even the sister, even as she was trying to check her, she put every fucking backhanded
Right.
along the
That.
fucking way. We going to the mailbox, bitch. I'ma talk to about you. We going to the end of the corner. I got something else to fucking say. We get to the road with one more fucking thing on my way to get in my car that's parked 3 fucking blocks down. Again,
What? Right quick.
everything the sister said was totally fucking backhanded. I could totally see well, bitch,
Right
this
quick,
is
Mo.
in love.
I think it's in the DNA.
It wasn't done in love. It wasn't done in love. Not that the question you either says it needs to be said. Yeah, it needs to be said. But was it done out of love? I'm not going to view that as done out of love. If anything, I might see the sister taking a jab at being an opportunist. But because Monique fucking up so bad, then people just gonna take it like that. But that wasn't done out of love. And and not to say that it shouldn't be said, but my comeback would have been like, bitch, I don't even fuck with you. Why you talking to me?
I ain't
Like,
fucking with you.
let the next person tell me that, and it might not sound so bad. If anything, it's a trigger. You telling me this shit now. I'm fucking real mad.
Yeah.
You
I,
know,
I, I,
because there's some people who just don't have the right to tell you shit in life. And again, I I would hold anyone who may have not believed my cry. I can you I probably wrote you off in my mind a long time ago, which why she didn't attend the parents' funeral. It's definitely to each his own when you're dealing with trauma. And especially when the shit happened to you, and then it was a case to where nobody believed you. So yeah, I mean, I could see where Monique coming from with it, but I said a long time ago that everything she was doing was trauma responses.
true.
It was shit she hadn't been dealing with, and this little nigga just took the opportunity to exploit all of it. But again, if she can't see that, personally, Monique needs to be on somebody's couch because she got stuff that she's not dealing with, and it seems like when she was about to get her career back in together again, then here we go out. Then here we go, cause I just can't see what this dude mean her well. she was about to get her career back again, and then now it's all of this, and stuff like that. So the cycle fucking continues. The
Right.
you know, I mean, like I said, like there's a lot of people who don't have her best interest in, and I feel like the whole thing is, yes, I do believe that she's come too far in her life to be that fucking naive, and stuff like that. I got problems with that, but they got naive women out here every fucking day. They
Well,
got
I
naive,
said it.
they got naive people out here every day. But again, like it needed to be said. And should her sister have taken the back way when she could have went straight down the street? She didn't have to do all that. She didn't have to do it. She had to do it like that.
Yeah.
But hey, but it sounds like again that like the family got issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What I would say is, in terms of all the shit that the sister said, right? These are all things that, in terms of Monique needing to hear them, she can hear them motherfuckers in the comments. Like everybody in the comment section was saying those same things over and over again, right?
Right.
I think that the
The
sister,
sister ain't said no new shit. Yeah.
I think she took the opportunity
To
to,
be an opportunity. Yeah.
yeah, I think that she thinks of herself as more relevant than we think of her,
Mhm.
right? She probably thinks of herself as, okay, well, everybody's saying this shit in the comments. She still ain't listening. She's still defending the fuck shit. Well, she here for me. I'm her motherfucking sister. And she
But
got to know I love her. So she got to know if it comes from
but
me,
I
then the
don't
shit is,
gotta know that if the truth is we not fucking with each other, and I ain't talking. I've been fucked you off for years. I've been told you where you can go and how you can get there for a long time ago. You don't. You talking to me? Frank got a better chance of me hearing that
right.
than you, because why? Because it's much like I said. If the sister was really doing it out of love, then she wouldn't have just stopped at every point along the way to bash her every along the way. She would have said what she had to say. That would be like, and she would have been more transparent. She'd have been like, you know what? It's a universal fact. Most people know that. Me and my sister, we hadn't really talked in years and stuff like that, and but I've always wished her well. I've always followed her career. I always wish her the best. I don't have a lot to say about it because maybe I don't get the right to tell her that. But if I had to tell her something, I'd be like, sis, get it together. You have a career that spans very, very long, that a lot of people would only wish for in this life. You know how many one hit wonders there are? And this not the way to keep your name relevant. It could the sister could have did it a lot of different ways and how she did it.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, she did all that you just said, plus the shade, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The
All the
shade was
shade.
very apparent. It was
Right.
all the way in there.
Right.
And I
All
think
the
that the
shade.
reason for the shade is twofold. Number one, you start to, I always say this, right? Like, unless you're an inherently evil person, right? None of us wants to think that we're doing something that is a bad thing, right?
Mhm.
Something that comes from a bad place, or I mean, you elevate and you recognize when you're being petty, but that's about it, right? We never do something because we think we're wrong. We always think we're right in whatever it is that we do. Even when we jump out the window and say some public shit about our fucking family member that could be taken as being disparaging remarks. We don't look at it like that. So she's not looking at it like that. She's looking at it like, kind of
She
how I
got the
said,
right.
well,
Yeah.
if anybody going, if she gonna hear anybody saying it, she'll hear me, coupled with the fact that if anybody could say something like this publicly, it should be me, because goddamn it, I'm her sister. Neither one of those things are true, right?
No.
But
Right.
they both, I can see them both existing as truths in the sister's head, right?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Which
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
her jump out the fucking window. But
Right.
then you get into more subconscious type of fucking motivations, like shit, you know, why I can't be just as noticeable as my big sister. Here's my opportunity for motherfuckers to see me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm coming out on the side of good. I was the bold and emboldened motherfucker to come out and publicly chastise my sister and get her back on the right track and whatever the fuck, right? None of it is coming from the perspective of, you know what, fuck her. I'm gonna take this opportunity to just come out and just dig and dig and dig. Because if you was, then you wouldn't try to disguise that shit.
Yeah.
You wouldn't try to disguise it with all this flowery ass conversation about how much I love you and this, that, and the third. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You wouldn't hit me with the backhanded compliments. You know, you the queen of the whoop whoop whoop, and you know all this bullshit. You getting your shit back on, and now you gonna fuck it up. And you'll just get right. If you was on some vindictive fuck you shit, you'll be like, yeah, bitch, I knew that your ass was gonna fuck it up anyway. Because you're a reprehensible motherfucker. You was reprehensible before the jokes, bitch.
Didn't deserve that shit anyway.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So you know she's trying to. Who the fuck is this? Hold on, it looked like the boys at the gate.
Okay.
But
she took her chance to get her dig in on it. And like I said, it just, and I can't see where it be received well because I didn't receive it well, so much less Monique.
I just believe Messi is in the DNA, though. I believe Messi is in the DNA. That's just how they communicate. That's what they do. I do believe that to some extent, it does come from a place of love. I believe that she needs to hear from somebody who actually is blood tied to her, who has some type of love for her, as opposed to just random niggas in the comments. But I do believe that, yeah, with all the shenanigans, all of that DNA in her, she's trying to be known because all that shit could have been said over a phone call.
I truly believe that
but I do believe it was some type of love there.
If there's still anybody left out here that she actually respects or idolizes, it may sound better coming from them, somebody of that caliber. Like, you know, put it like this. If she was fucking with Steve Harvey, that'd probably be the first person to be like, what the fuck is you doing? But she's not fucking with him. So that's what I'm saying. So like, it's like most people of her caliber right now, she ain't fucking with. You know, and again, when you ain't fucking with everybody that's in your general profession, you know, at some point you gotta stop. You just can't be the victim with everybody. Everybody just can't hate you. Everybody. And at some point when you're gonna start just looking, you know, again, it is about accountability. You know, we like that word just goes unnoticed. But not only is it about taking accountability, again, you just need to know what ain't working for you. And I just can't, you know, like, she love this dude. She really just let her, you know, take her own career suicide, you know. And my thing is that, and the killing part about it is, if he was fucking smart, like, so when the fucking checks leave, what the fuck you gonna do? He gonna leave you.
I think that, I don't know. I've been developing
trying to keep her relevant in the wrong way.
I've been developing a whole different take on him and his motivation. I really think that they're both in it together. Like, I think that he is opportunistic simply because of the situation that he found himself in, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't think that he's got, you know, this big elaborate play, you know, to keep her down or to take over her shit. I think that that's just kind of happened in a relationship, right? I think she believes in him 100% because she's in love. And I believe that he believes in her 100% because he's in love, but she's Monique. She's proven, right? You feel what I'm saying? Now, yeah, I'm saying before he got to her, before he showed up, she was already Monique. You feel what I'm saying? So now what is coming into play is their particular gender assignment roles in the relationship, right? Because, I mean, you know, She explains it for us very, very succinctly, right? This is my daddy. Period.
Right,
My
right,
daddy, my manager, the
right,
nigga that you need to talk to, the
right.
nigga you need to respect.
Handles
He's
everything.
smart. All these different things and shit, right? That she believes to be true because she wants them to be true because she's in love, right? And I don't think that this dude is just on some shit like, okay, well, let me just get in and take over and get what I can and just run her fucking shit into the mud like a nigga like me 20 years ago would have just fucked your credit all up and what I'm saying, had you behind in your car notes and fucking eviction notices on your door for too much activity and all that kind of shit. It's not that kind of scenario, right? I think that he's caught up into trying to be what she tells him she believes he is.
He's just not
And
qualified.
he's just not that.
He's just
You know
not.
what I'm saying? Because look,
You just gotta
if
trust in the wrong
if
person, right?
if,
Like,
if the play here, I'll say it two ways. If the play was to get the bread and break or destroy the chick, right? Then the tactics would be different. And we kind of exhibited that, even though I still take the absolute opposite argument, but you and Keena and the rest of the females in the comments argument about Britney Spears and her dad was that he was on some specifically trying to fucking get his type of shit. And my position was, I just think he's just out of his depth. But what he did was hired a bunch of motherfuckers that supposedly was in a depth. You feel what I'm saying? So the play looks different. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for Britney Spears' dad. It wasn't about, I'm the motherfucker you need to talk to me. For him, it was, I don't know about this shit. Who the fuck do I talk to? Who do I get to put in front? Who do I get to hire to do the job? This nigga in Monique's life is not trying to hire nobody. They don't got no fucking publicist. They don't got no business fucking manager, no financial analyst, no consultancy. They got a fucking attorney in him.
And they can always call
Keith
Rogers Business
This
Solutions.
nigga don't got no business degree. This nigga was a fucking failed actor. I read up on him too, right?
I just think
I remember
how
he was a failed actor and ended up being in some shit that she was in, some Britney Spears, Kevin Federline type of shit.
I mean, she's just supposed to be at this point in her career. She's supposed to be smarter than that.
And they can always hook up with Keith Rogers Business Solutions.
And I understand that she loves him, so I understand that love makes us blind. I'm not contesting that part about it at all. It's just that you would think that this ain't the way.
I really think that he is emboldened by her encouragement.
Of course.
Feel what I'm saying? Like,
but you
I think
still
she's the one who's lighting the fire under his ass. Right. You can do this, and the reasons for the failures are not his failures, right? Because at this stage of the game, man, I'm hiring motherfuckers to talk. I'm not going on Instagram.
His failure is in not realizing that, though. That is his failure, though. His failure is in not realizing that. Nigga, if it wasn't about you, even though she lighting the fire up under you, if it wasn't about you as a man, she'd be able to step back, but I don't care, but this is what we need to do. We need to hire this man for this. We need a totally different agent. We need to do this, that, and that. And at the final say, we'll come together and run that shit. But I can't handle all this shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. And I'm not finna fuck yours off and even try. Not yours. I'll start with some other little, like we said before, I'll start with some other little motherfuckers. Use your name to build up my clientele and turn into the motherfucking super agent. But for now, bitch, we need to hire some folks. A few folks.
and this point blank being that if you couldn't even, I don't know. I get what y'all say, but I don't know, because it's almost like I mean, DL had the contract. It's like he fabricated a fucking contract to make her believe
Well,
that's what I'm saying. I get what y'all saying, but then you went and did that. And, and so to me, I look at that as an opportunity to be like, oh shit. And I done went hard and I done did all this. But this nigga didn't even really have he printed some shit online and told me, and I
but
believe him, but he
no,
told me I was and I went with it. But I
but
should have, now I know that he can't handle my business
but
because
because he is in the business of being her manager, his shit was legally binding too. But his shit was legally binding through whoever the fuck he made that contract agreement with. It was an
well,
actual contract,
yeah,
but it wasn't with the
no,
promoter as stated.
but
Because apparently,
he advised her wrong. He let her to believe that her contract said that she was the headliner, and that was this. She just did not have the same type of contract that DL had.
right,
And
that's what I'm saying.
I solely blamed him for leading her down that fucking rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, because he didn't know no better.
So that's what I'm saying.
But
He's fabricating shit. At this point, like I'd be like, let me get this nigga out of my life. And maybe not out of my life, but out of my professional career. Like
out your business.
Yeah,
Man.
like if anything, she should have took the tone with going 3 steps back and just be like, you know, you at this point, she should have just been came out and said, I'm gonna keep my mouth closed, and the most I'm gonna do is give an apology, because at this point, I did all this and I didn't even have it. And I understand that I thought I had it, but I didn't have it. At the end of the day, I didn't have it, and I stand corrected, DL. Now that's a lot to come back for, because
my bad.
But she went so hard. But
she went way harder than the contract.
But that's why
she might have came back and took, because if it was just about the contract, but then you brought the sexuality, you brought the daughter into it, you brought the wife into it, and like when you go so hard, then it makes it hard for you to come back and take the humble pie road.
But that's why I think what the sister said was kind of important, because she mentioned all of that and all of that, which is true. So that's why I think it's so important that it came from, somebody that actually know her, as opposed to a bunch of niggas in the comments. I understand that part too.
You can't tell me nothing. Like, if she really don't fuck with the sister, then she can't tell her nothing.
No, I understand that too. And I don't know their personal relationship, but I do know, hearing shit from a totally different fucking aspect or from a different frequency just might help. Especially if it's from a frequency that you in tune with in terms of blood. So, I don't know.
Again, had the sister might not have took every chance in that paragraph.
But that's in the DNA though. They just some messy folks though. They just messy people though.
Okay, hold on.
Because Monique did the same shit. Just literally the same shit.
Hold on. Let's not get it twisted. Before all that shit kind of happened with the whole Lee Daniels and the open stuff like that, Monique wasn't labeled messy in my eyes. She was labeled, she was a raw comedian. This whole messy shit came from after that first career fucking suicide shit. All her career, Monique had not been labeled as messy. She been labeled as a comedian.
But we've given her time though. We've given her time. And now it all comes out.
No. Don't get me wrong. Now, yes, she is totally labeled as that now, but that hadn't been her run.
No, true. I mean, for the most part. No, but that's not true, because she's been down to skinny bitches for the longest.
Prior to her going through the shit that she went through and getting blackballed, that hadn't been what you said about her. She was a raw comedian. She gave it to you raw and stuff like that. But messy being part of the repertoire, that's not what I grew up labeling Monique as.
Right. But then I guess she never really had no reason to up until now, supposedly. But it's still in there. It's still a part of who she is because she did it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say
what she's doing now is just it's. I don't even know if that's really messy. It's just saying shit that don't need to be said, trying to justify shit that you doing.
Which is
right.
messy.
That's what I was gonna say. It's almost
more like you just trying to right.
It's almost like the that saying that Richard Pryor made famous. When you tell, the problem with telling a lie is that you always got to compliment the lie with a lie, right?
Right.
So that kind of seems what she's doing now. You started off, you went on this rant about the contract, right? And then in that rant, you made it, of course, about black women being dogged out by black men. Another example of you know, the sisterhood being attacked. And then when motherfuckers got it, you know, got to providing the receipts, then it was okay. Well, my version of the contract is more legit than your version of the contract. And then when motherfuckers were saying, well, you know what, you can't really put that on DL. You have to put it squarely on the shoulders of the promoter and on the shoulders of the motherfuckers who's negotiating your contract. Then it became this motherfucker's a coward, whoop, and this, that, and the third about his family, right? His daughter, you know, you already said some shit about his wife on stage. And then the narrative kept becoming that. The more that she got pushed back in the comments on her own page about kind of taking it too far, the more she stood on her square about if you think I'm taking it too far, then this content ain't for you. Mm-hmm. You know, my sweet babies, you can just click off my sweet baby. She was on some shit like that. Right. So there's been no accountability, like all the way up till now. Like I was saying prior to you coming on and leading up to the story, is shit. I saw the response that she had to the backlash was that she invited everybody to come out to another show that she has coming up, and she's calling it her therapy session. So you feel what I'm saying? And I just look at that as another opportunity for her to come out and rant and rave and try to justify her particular positioning, because there's been no apologetic nothing, not even about how you fucking did the daughter. Like nobody stood behind you on that. Right. Like absolutely nobody. Right. And you everybody come out, you. The only thing that you came out to say was to the older daughter, oh, well, I will accept your invitation to talk in person, my sweet baby. Have your daddy bring us on his show. Right. Bitch, for real.
That ain't happening. Right.
So it kind of looks like, and this is the funny shit. This is where I fought this nigga, right? Because what it looks like right now is that you're trying to make a pivot, right? Now you're trying to monetize the controversy, right? Mm-hmm. Right. But here's the thing. You got 1.2 million followers on fucking Instagram, bro. You're not monetizing that. You don't need to be in the game, homie.
Right.
Again,
you don't need. You got 1.2 million followers on the gram, and you don't know how to monetize that. You still complaining on Instagram. You are complaining. You are doing 3-hour rants, explaining your positioning instead of doing a 1-hour comedy show.
So that's some actual material, though.
How about you come out with the bonnet on and talk 30 minutes on the bonnet shit? I mean, that was some shit that got you a little traction. Like, you know, chicks disagreed with you. Some chicks agreed with you, but you can make that shit funny. You got 1,200,000 motherfuckers that's tuning in to hear you talk your shit. You can turn all that shit into a comedy show. Right. You can do that shit. You can film that shit your motherfucker self. Bitch, you rich. You got an Oscar.
Right.
But instead, what you want to do is, it's like you still operating in old school shit, right? You still think that your Oscar provides you the platform to be able to say, I'm this, so treat me, you know, you on some Aretha Franklin shit, right? You know, I'm the diva, I'm the queen of this shit, right? I deserve to be treated like this for the next 40 years. Well, that shit is out the window, right? And secondly, you know, you still trying to base your audience following on your stand-up. You know what I'm saying? In terms of putting people in the show in the theaters. But you know, you getting 3,000 people, man. 3,000 people in the theater that you can talk to. You got 1,200,000 motherfuckers.
A whole live audience. Right.
That's in the digital sphere, and you don't know how to monetize that?
Yeah. That's what I say. It's more than one reason why. Because even if she like don't know, he ain't shit. Because he's ain't nothing business is about. Because like you said, you know, even if she don't have the business mind, dolly, he's supposed to.
Right. But we all know he don't. We already know he don't.
Right. That's
We
what
already know he don't.
He ain't shit. He ain't.
Because I mean, again, it is if okay, so even in Monique's fact, right? Forget this and throw this dude out the way. At the rate that she's going, that 1.2 million followers is gonna start waning and quickly. Because nobody want to hear her cry and complain about shit no more, man. You fucking up. Like, get better and get out the way.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean?
Around, like turn it around and
right.
while you got the people, turn it around. Keep the people and stuff like that. But
apologize to that man and his family. Just move on about the day.
Apologize and move on. You know, people have forgiven worse for worse. You know.
And you, Monique, like I said, you built a comedy following that'll probably follow you forever. But you got to get back to being funny.
And then take that platform and just start putting out some good fucking content.
Yeah, you got like you got
like you said, like he said, bring back the Bonnets Chronicles. Do something, but
you have fans as a comedian that will probably follow you to the ends of the earth. But you got to get back to being funny, man. You got to just get back to being funny. Fuck all that other shit.
You just talking about people, like
fuck all that other shit. Just get back to being funny. Let that nigga go tend the garden or fucking something else, and get back to being funny, man. And taking care of your business, because I'm telling you, we can't keep knocking ourselves down doing the stupid shit that we doing. Because golly, man, this is crazy. This is crazy.
And on top of that, you know, to let your ego take you to the depth that you allowed it to take you to. They say pride coming before the fall, and this is the perfect fucking case to where that's
a motherfucker, bro.
You know, it is. You know, she just ain't. You know.
So we had a podcast a few weeks ago where we got into a pretty active conversation about Gail King.
Yeah.
And this was when she did the interview with Megan Thee Stallion, which the guys thought that the interview was specifically tainted towards trying to paint a particular narrative against Tory Lanez, and Frank and I came to the conclusion that we believe Gail King to purposely be attempting to chop off the nuts of the black man. This, of course, led to a pretty heated discussion because, of course, Nick Mo don't agree with that shit at all, right?
Our resident queen of queendom.
Hey, she believes that Gail King is simply doing her job and she's good at it. And we holding a grudge because we want to hold Oprah's sins against Gail. Yesterday, we had saw an interview, Tisha Campbell on CBS Mornings, where Gail King was one of the interviewers. It was also a black man and a white man. And one of the things that I noticed was the particular slant of Gail's questions. Once again, I took this to be purposely slanted to vilify the image of a particular black man, in this case, Martin. To put it in the context, Tisha Campbell was being interviewed about the Martin reunion. Now, Martin, the show Martin, is a staple in the black community, and I don't want to hear nothing bad about no goddamn Martin. The whole show, right? Nobody in the show. Pam, Tommy, fucking Cole, nobody.
Nobody.
And Tisha, too. Right. And Tisha seemed to be on the show celebrating the accomplishments of the particular show and its impact on our culture. And show took a bit of a turn. Here, let me play it for you guys. It's a little long, so bear with us.
Tisha Campbell joins us right now. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, you guys. Thank you.
So
I'm glad to have you.
This show, it was epic in the sense that it resonated with pop culture in a different type of way.
Yeah.
We're talking music, fashion,
Yeah.
of course, the different celebrities that were on the episodes, but the catchphrases.
Yes.
Everything from, you go, girl. Damn, Gina, get to stepping. All of that. Why do you think a little something? Why do you?
But we don't remember that.
After decades,
So good.
so many people still love this show and then quote these lines.
You know what's so interesting? Like, I remember being on the set and we used to talk to the hand was from us as well.
Oh.
And I would go, why are people putting their hands in other people's faces? Like, somebody can get their hand chopped off doing that. It's so funny how it resonated with the audiences, but I think people really resonated with the fact that we were two young people in love, two young Black couples, because all we really had was Claire and Cliff.
Yeah.
And so to see two young people trying to figure it out with their friends, and I think that's what really made, people really love the show and really embrace it.
So the show ran for 5 seasons. It went out completely on top. When you walked back in for the 30th anniversary, getting on that set, that's 25 years later. If my math is right, I'm a journalist, not a mathematician. But so what was that like, just being back?
It was incredible. It was like we were going to start work all over, like right then.
Wow.
We were ready to start and everything was going to start working. And it was amazing, like just being with everybody. We were finishing each other's sentences. We were joking. We were laughing. It was like being on set again.
I know it was really fun to see you guys together, too, because you could tell there's love there. When the show ended, there was tension between you and Mark. You had filed a lawsuit against him. And he said it wasn't true. How were you able to get back on track with him? Because clearly you guys have worked it out.
We worked really hard to reconnect, to forgive, and it's really, this reunion is about a celebration of everything that we did, everything that we accomplished, and our growth as human beings. And so we concentrated mostly on that.
But I look at your life, though, and your career, Tisha, because you have been through it. You have. You've been through it. You had a high-publicized divorce.
Yes.
Your career didn't go the way you wanted it to, and now you're sitting here resplendent in orange. What did you learn about yourself, and how are you feeling these days? Because you look like a gazillion bucks.
I am the happiest I have ever been in my life.
What?
Okay. So that clip right there sparked a conversation in the back channel amongst the Piranhas, because Frank and I both felt that once again, Gail was specifically trying to target Martin Lawrence at a time when Tisha Campbell was there to celebrate the show, the accomplishments of the show, the impact that it had on our culture as a whole, and the fact that all of them came together and had so much love at the reunion. And you had a Black man who was also interviewing, and you had a white man who also was interviewing. And each of those interviewers, when they had an opportunity before Gail King to present a question, each one of them presented a question that was well within the spirit of the interview, the celebration of the show. Gail King's very first question was, what the fuck was going on with this nigga in these allegations? Martin did some fucked up shit. Let's cancel Martin. At least that's the spirit that we as men, as Black men, get. And of course, you vehemently disagreed with us yesterday.
I did.
I give you an opportunity to. I give you an opportunity to express your point, your feelings.
Okay, so again, I'm gonna say this first. Those two other men were not Gail. I don't even know their fucking name. She's who she is for a reason. Now, with that being said, what I said to you yesterday was that I kind of feel like, okay, I'm sorry. First, I just pointed out, Gail is a journalist, and at this point, the stigmatism is already on her. However, Gail has job security because Gail gonna ask those questions that somebody else may not answer. Now, in reference to that, She needed to ask that. Like I pointed out yesterday on the back channel, Tisha Campbell went fucking hard. And on top of that, she was at a bad place in her life. Gail needed to say that so she can come back and say, because it ain't like she said, oh, it was nothing. She said we had to work at coming to a place so where we could build again. She didn't say that, oh, it was hunky-dory. She said we had to work, come to a place from forgiveness, and we both have grown since then. That was a perfect setup for her to say that, because that needed to be said, because she went so hard. The show had ran its whole fucking course, and you had never heard that until the show fucking ended. And she went out with it so fucking bad. I personally remember at that time in her life, she was also going through her divorce. She was in a very fucking bad place in her life. But that needed to be cleared up so she can say that, hey, we grew up. And at the end of the day, we realized what we had, and we came together and was like, let's get this fucking money. So I don't feel where that was all the way wrong in that, because again, it needed to be addressed, because again, the way she had went so hard about it when the show had went off, that it deserved to be asked.
So
wait, hold on.
We grew up. We both came from a place of forgiveness. That needed to be said, and it needed to be asked. Had it just been like, oh, if that wasn't how she had went out with that. So again, to bring more clarity to it, it needed to be asked. And I'm not mad that Gail asked that. Like I told y'all in the back channels, when I heard they was doing the reunion, that I was like, what? Tisha Campbell. And I think I even compared it to what I was trying to say was I instinctively compared it to Jody Watley and Shalimar. Because to this day, Jody Watley hasn't done shit with Shalimar. She said that all those years with them, she was being sexually harassed by Howard Hewitt, and he talked to her bad, and she stood on that shit. She hasn't did one fucking tour with them. She ain't made one fucking album with them after that. Because and like I said, and even when they had did that reboot, so For the Love of Me, Babyface was the one who gave the interview, was like, nah, they still ain't good. He was like, she wasn't even in the same country when she did her film. She wouldn't even be in the same building with him. So yeah, sometimes the questions need to be asked, because I had questions about that. I was like, Jody Watley swore she would never come together with Shalimar again. And Babyface pointed out that she didn't. She didn't do her vocals nowhere near him. So again, sometimes when we go hard about something, clarity needs to be said about it. And I think that's what Gail did. I don't see where that was wrong.
I just want a little bit right quick. So where it was wrong was, bitch, wrong time. You should have sat on that motherfucker and talked about the celebration of the motherfucking show. You want to grill her about some other shit? Have your own motherfucking time on your own motherfucking hater ass show with your hater ass. Bitch, you should let them celebrate the shit. You should let them celebrate the shit and talk about that other shit some other time, nigga. Because now was not the time.
And my thing is that, are you bitter with Gail because she's Gail, or are you bitter with Gail because Gail is Oprah's friend and all men have?
Nigga, I'm dealing with Gail because Gail is Gail. She's a messy motherfucker. She could have did that shit on her own time. She needs to go ahead and celebrate. She should have questioned what the motherfucking show was about. Not none of that other shit. That other shit could have been done on a totally different platform.
She asked the question to clear it up. I felt
clear it up on your own time, though.
The question needed to be asked.
Yeah, on your own time, though.
You coming back out with a 25-year reunion with Martin, and but you swore him off a long fucking time ago. It needed. You
can ask that shit later, though.
I wanted to fucking know what changed.
You can ask that shit later, though. Not on no morning fucking show while we talking about celebrating 30 years of Black excellence, though.
Of personal growth. Again, journalism is a journalism. Everybody is not going to ask. Everybody is not going to ask the question that you want them to ask, but they ask what needs to be asked.
That bitch
that's
a hater.
Her job. And that's why she's always going to have job security.
Bitch, I hate her.
So you can say what you want, but Gail is on that. She's on that morning show for a reason.
Because she a hater.
Well, here's what I think.
Hater.
And Juneteenth coming up. Hater.
I think that she is on that show for a reason. And I think that the reason that she's on that show and what she's proven that she's willing to do is the problem that Black men have with her, right? Now, first thing I want to do is make a clear distinction between the Jody Watley situation and the Tisha Campbell situation. And that distinction is just one thing. You said it. Jody Watley didn't come to no fucking reunion. She didn't come back. There was no clearing of the air. There was no settling of whatever the issues were between Jody Watley.
I would have that same question. That's what I said.
Let me finish. So the problem with the Jody Watley situation was Jody Watley didn't have any closure, right? With the Tisha Campbell situation, Tisha Campbell has already came out, and Martin as well. They've both done interviews a couple of years ago where they said that they had came together and ironed out whatever was going on, whatever misinterpretations there were, because there was a lot of shit that wasn't what she thought it was, right? This is where she comes in with the we had to do some healing. Right, both of them on both sides. Right. I'm not saying Martin didn't do anything that wasn't,
but
they did it for the 25th anniversary too.
Clear that up.
Right, they was trying to get 25th off. Right.
So again, in terms of the actual principles, the people, right, the real people who this shit actually affects, right, there is a big, fucking disparaging gap between the Jody Watley and Shalimar situation and the Tisha Campbell and the fucking Martin the Show situation, right? Secondly, right, the only reason why you think that it's important for you to have clarity is because you are a fan and you want to know. The thing about it is that Tisha, obviously, by her response, feels as though that issue has already been adequately addressed. Go on YouTube and see the motherfucking clips. This is not the time for that, right?
5 years ago.
Thirdly, and this is what's most.
She gave her way to anybody who didn't know it. She gave her way to explain how it went, and I think
that's only coming from the perspective of you think that it's important that you know it, but Tisha don't think that it's important that you know a motherfucking thing right now.
Or me, the people, are most fucking people. So anyone who didn't know that, then she gave her a chance to clear that up.
And you could clear that up later.
But what I'm saying is this, right? There was other, and this is the third part, and this is what really gets us as black men about Gail King. It's a version, a variation of what Frank said, right? It wasn't the right time, and what I mean by that is not that there was some time later in the past, later in the future, where we could come back and revisit this when it's not about the celebration of the show. What I mean is that the issue had already been addressed, right? And for anybody who's curious enough, right, to want to know, then the information is there, right? YouTube and Google is there for you, right? That's how I know, right?
I just don't
Thirdly, and this is what's so fucking important, is that at the time, right, that Gail thought that her asking or getting that clarity for whatever viewers didn't have that clarity and was too labeled to Google it herself, she was willing to violate whatever agreement Tisha Campbell and Martin had, the same way she was willing to violate dead Kobe Bryant's agreement with the fucking white girl in fucking Denver and his wife. Right? Because remember, we're talking about things that happened in the past. The people who are concerned have already gotten closure. And what your job is to come in and open up those wounds. Okay, fine.
Against our sister shit with fucking Kobe.
I am. Your sister fucking shit with OJ. Since all the shit.
It's not her shit,
period.
It's a pattern
since her shit, period.
It's almost as though you want me to ignore her pattern of behavior because of her particular accomplishment.
No, I got a problem.
What I'm saying is that her pattern of behavior is detrimental to black men. Her pattern of behavior.
I wanted to know as well. So I'm okay with her asking that question because, again, she went hard publicly.
But I'm not.
She may have not.
But they've already hashed it out publicly, though.
Anybody
it's almost
who
like
may not
it's
have
almost
known
like
that.
you know what I'm getting right now. You know what I'm getting right now from you. I'm not getting that you have this very fucking vehement sense of shit. I wanted to know what the fuck was going on, and Gail gave it to me. What I'm getting is no, listen, what I'm getting is Gail did what she did, and that is your excuse for it. Well, shit, if she didn't do it, how the fuck was I gonna know? What I'm saying is, if you wanted to know, you could have found out, right?
Right.
And at the time that this is a celebration of this show, right? And the motherfucker who made the show is the nigga that you trying to excoriate, come the fuck on. It's once again, you choosing to vilify the black man because you think that is good for your career. And us as black men are saying that's some bullshit. And now here is the most important shit out of everything, right? If we were just looking for information, why the fuck you didn't want to know about this motherfucker getting kidnapped in wherever the fuck she was 2 months ago?
Right.
That seemed like it was way more important information that a motherfucker would have wanted to know than whether or not Martin fucking sexually fucking harassed you, or whether it was a producer on the show. And since Martin is the executive producer, then his name was on the fucking lawsuit. See, it's a lot of shit that goes into this that you, as just a viewer who just wants to know,
I don't give a shit. I'm glad
you do, but you do. You just said you gave a shit. That's why Gail needed to do what she did.
All the haters radiating out your body right now. You just radiating hater right now.
So now I know
the hater square.
So now you can move on with the shit. Y'all just hate that.
We've been moved on.
Move on, and then
you in the hater square. You riding with the hater. You just real hatery.
Last time she did the same shit. Last time she did the same shit. You told us we need to give Gail some fucking bail. That's what you said on this podcast.
I think y'all should just accept it. Every story is a different story. Y'all still.
But this shit is old though. Hella old though.
Kobe lets me know that you ain't over that. So
no, that was just an example.
The same
that was just an example. That was an example of you saw hatery. You don't even see the pattern. You just woven the pattern into your hateration.
How about
this? No, I just think black men
just hating. You just hating.
How about this, Shell?
I just think y'all angry for no reason.
We're not angry. I'm not angry at all. We just see it. I mean, you know,
all I see is a journalist doing a journalist job.
Because you a hater.
I watch other panels on other shows, and
you, Gail King, y'all both hate.
Why every time?
Because that's why your Wi-Fi tripping.
You gotta be so paint the wound. It's like that. They ask serious questions on the fucking View and everything else all the fucking time. So how is that?
But it's within the context of the conversation, though.
It's the fact that it's Gail.
It's within the concept of the conversation, though. Well, you know, that wasn't a hateration kind of conversation.
Well, like I said, to me, I look at
and she's old.
She's not afraid to ask the questions that need to be asked, and she did. And then they moved on. I don't feel like I don't, and I think she, like I said, she gave Tisha a good enough leeway to answer it the way she wanted to answer. And like she said there was growth. We grew up. I think that Gail was right and within her rights to ask that question. So but
it was unnecessary. We're not arguing her rights. She got the right to say whatever fuck she want to say. That's not the point. The point is,
I personally don't feel like it wasn't unnecessary. So
the point is, it was unnecessary.
You know, but we already.
The point is, it wasn't the point of the goddamn show.
We're not gonna agree on that.
The point is, we already knew that.
So you didn't want to know about her getting kidnapped?
Who?
See, you ain't worried about that though, because it ain't got nothing to do with hating on black men.
Who getting kidnapped? When you said that, I was like, who are you talking about?
Tisha Campbell, nigga, she was all on the live talking about somebody tried to kidnap her.
Just
kicked her. She just got
rolled up in the
all the shit.
That shit was in the fucking news cycle for 4 days.
And motherfuckers thought she was bullshit.
I don't remember. But
niggas thought she was bullshit.
And just because I don't remember it doesn't mean that Gail couldn't have asked about that too. But this was specifically in reference.
Of course, she wasn't going to ask about that because it had nothing to do with no black men.
Said in reference to the show when it went off. I saw that within.
She couldn't find a reason to blame it on us.
What?
All I really say is that Gail don't give a damn about us. Hey, one more time now. All I want to say is that Gail don't give a damn about us.
That way. You feel like Gail coming for
all I
granted.
want to say is that Gail don't give a damn about us.
I'm not a black man, so I can't say that.
Yeah, but you love us though. At least you should. But you hating right now.
I'm not in the same position with y'all on it.
But you hating right now though.
Do you know who Corey Holcomb is?
Mm-hmm.
Shell?
Yeah, I've heard of him before. Mm-hmm.
Have you ever watched his podcast, 5150 Show? Shout out to 5150.
I haven't watched his podcast.
You need to.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it would have made my point. So here, just to give you a snapshot. So on the 5150 Show, right, matter of fact,
hey, my shirt say your name. The way it reads out, how we look at it. You know what I'm saying? N-I-K. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way it reads out to us.
Let's see if I can get Corey in here. Hold on.
In Detroit, where Monique went on stage and dogged D.L. Hughley as a replacement set for no having jokes. If you talented and you got jokes, you gonna prioritize your talent over all of the bullshit. You always go ham after, right? You can go ham after. But when you ain't got no jokes, when you've been see, there was a time when Monique built to wrestle. You seen that shit? I heard David Mama was in the audience. Right. Yeah. Oh wow. Talking about his wife sucking on a cow with Wow. Can I see that? Her husband did the contract. Why you ain't headlining? What kind of dick he got? A dumb contract dick? That wife ain't gonna do no Will Smith on Monique. Monique built to wrestle. You seen that shit?
Nigga stupid.
Monique built to wrestle. Monique head look like my chest. She look like she wrestled Davis. Right. That's a hippo head heifer.
Hungry hippo head heifer.
Got a motherfucking rhino head, dog. If Monique do this to a bitch in the chest, that bitch gonna die. But no, you talking about his wife sucking a cow with dick. What kind of dick you sucking on? He fucked up your contract. You didn't headline because you didn't have the bargaining chips you went up there and perpetrated you had. You don't have them type of bargaining chips. In her set on stage, she said D.L. Hughley opened for the Kings of Comedy. And she was the headliner. Now that is not accurate information. She wasn't the headliner at all the motherfucking Queens of Comedy Day, but what it was, she had the buffoonery TV show. She was the bitch who had the TV show, so she bitched till she got some headliner slot. The funniest motherfucker on the Queens of Comedy is motherfucker. Do I have to say it? Who the funniest motherfucker on the Queens of Comedy?
Some more. Don't fucking play.
Some more.
You fucking right.
Going off talent. And motherfucking my homegirl Adele Gibbons has cracked jokes that motherfuckers remember.
Adele's
what joke has Monique ever cracked that you can say right now?
She's not talking about skinny.
I know when I ate that donut, I was like,
this nigga stupid.
That sucker ass shit out of here. Nobody want to watch that shit. You brag about being the headliner on the Queens of Comedy, but watch this. Watch this. Y'all ready for this? America, you ready for this? The building wasn't half full. So if you such a headliner, why you couldn't fill up the building?
Now, the reason I played that, right? Corey, now you see how raw this nigga is, right? Uncut, it's going to tell your ass the fucking truth, right? Now, a lot of motherfuckers will say, well, goddamn, Corey, you didn't have to go so motherfucking hard, right? But what Corey would say, in the same place that you saying, somebody gotta fucking ask the hard questions, right? But asking the hard questions in this instance of Corey talking about Monique, right? What the real question would be why would you have to bring up what the Queens of Comedy didn't do? Yeah, it might be true, right? But what is the impact of the specific point that you're trying to make? Now, I know that the point that he was trying to make was that as a queen of comedy, you wasn't able to feel the Fox Theater, right? If you're such a fucking big bad motherfucker. But what the average motherfucker would be saying would be like, well, damn, why you had to tear down the queens of comedy? And I would agree, right? Like, nigga, you could have used a different example to make the same fucking point. Even though somebody who is following the comedy shit and the Monique shit might be saying, well, shit, I want to know what the fuck actually happened with the queens of comedy. Sometimes the point that you're making, right, kind of goes over and above its need to be made. And that's how we feel about fucking Gail King. The same way that a black woman would be like, okay, well, you can criticize Monique if you want, but why she got to be all these fat bitches and whooping? This nigga be like, because shit, that's what she is.
Right.
Because that's what is making her so evil and ornery.
Right.
Because she fucking need a fucking hamburger. Bitch ain't ate in fucking 6 months. Mm-hmm. Any fucking thing, right? That's equivalent to you saying, well, shit, Gail is asking the hard questions because we want to know.
But we already knew though, so
you can go get that same fucking information if you wanted it from somewhere else.
So the 25th anniversary of Martin.
I watched that. I didn't view that as being as big as we're making it. I don't feel like it got that much. It ain't had that much gas for me like that. I felt like she was a journalist. She asked her and she answered. I don't feel like that was a derogatory statement, towards Martin, the producer of the show, or the reunion. I feel like she asked the question in reference to, almost like, how did you get back to that point? Because when you last left off the scene with it, it wasn't the same narrative. I don't feel like it was that bad.
Let me ask you. Let me take this away from the us in the this situation. Give you a totally hypothetical. You done heard through the fucking sister channels that Johnny Blank is, he beating bitches up and shit, right? Every girlfriend, three girlfriends that he had that right? You done heard this nigga then slap one of them, choke the other one, and outright punch the other one in the mouth and knock the fucking teeth out, right? And now you at the fucking party somewhere, in the hood, and you see this nigga with a whole new chick. And she goes and orders a drink, and this nigga comes up behind her, whispers in her ear, and you see him grab her arm kind of tight. And you tell me this motherfucker here is a fucking woman beater. Look at this shit. He doing the shit again. And I tell you, I just think you're just putting too much on it. It ain't really that bad. He only grabbing her arm. Maybe she needed to have her arm grabbed because she's ordering too many fucking drinks. It's just bullshit excuses for fucked up behavior. Gail has got a fucking history of fucked up behavior when it comes to significant black men and trying to tear down their legacy. Period. It just is what it is. Last time you told me I needed to throw her some bail, so I shut the fuck up. And she's doing it again. She's pulling this nigga's arm. She's pulling his arm.
I don't feel like
she's pulling the nigga's arm, babe.
I don't feel like
I'm telling you, she's pulling his arm.
Of course you don't.
Oh, you think it's okay? She just pulling it just a little bit, right? She ain't really an abuser, right?
To me, she didn't even make it to the club to pull her arm like y'all said he did to even tight grip it. I felt like she did her fucking job and she did it.
Okay, but at the wrong motherfucking time. A and B. All that shit she asked me, being gone, being over,
that's how you
being out the way. The whole reason why they no, this is the facts. These are the facts. These are the facts. Based on who she is, that shit was necessarily unnecessary because of who she is.
So
period. She didn't need to ask that question. The answer was already out there. She did that shit to be messy. Period.
I said that. I still stand on it.
People like you who are haters will always stand on it because that's what haters do.
I'm just saying that
because she is the queen hater of black men trying to make shit happen in America.
It doesn't make me a hater.
So take that.
I can have a different opinion from yours and not be a hater.
No, you don't. But you are.
Do you think it would be cool? Do you think it would be cool? Let me ask you this. Do you think it would be cool for Charlamagne the God to interview Andre Rison, and in that interview, for him to ask Andre Rison about fucking Left Eye being an abusive motherfucking girlfriend because she burned his motherfucking house down? Do you think that shit would be cool?
If I'm not mistaken, when they reconciled,
do you think it would be cool, man?
Yes, when they first reconciled, people had fucking questions.
I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right now. Left Eye is dead.
But
Andre Rison is doing some Andre Rison shit, right? They talking about the fucking Falcons reunion from 20 years ago, right? And Charlamagne the God in the middle of this big celebration, right? About the fucking Falcons, right? The Andre Rison Falcons from 20 years ago. This nigga Charlamagne says, yeah, man, when you was playing on the Falcons, man, you and fucking Left Eye, y'all was going through some bunch of shit, man. She was a crazy motherfucker and shit, wasn't she, man? She burned your house down and all kind of crazy shit. You don't think that the sisterhood would drag Charlamagne for that?
With Left Eye.
Are you telling me that the sisterhood would not drag Charlamagne for that? Be real. Keep it all the way 100. This Veronica.
If it's a celebration about the Atlanta Falcons, then it didn't have anything to do with them.
Exactly. He
didn't play with them.
Don't matter.
It
didn't have nothing to do with the point.
That nigga played on the Atlanta Falcons when she burned his house down.
He was a person on the show that she accused of fucking sexual harassment. That
but it wasn't though. But it wasn't though. It was his name on the show. The media got it that way.
They got back together again, and somebody was saying, "How was it like playing with Left Eye when 20 years ago y'all went through what y'all went through?" Yes, that would have been a fucking warranted question, but Left Eye, that was a personal relationship.
Either way it go, it was irrelevant to the conversation.
Because of that, the nigga got traded from the Falcons. How about that?
Either way it go, it was irrelevant to the conversation.
The nigga got traded from the Falcons. So now the question becomes,
irrelevant to the conversation.
Now the question becomes,
it was a perfect
Super Bowl
example.
Run, you got traded. And you got traded because
but it was out of the context of the conversation regardless.
Now, how did you deal with the emotional after effects of some girl burning your house down and you getting traded from the Falcons? And everybody know they talking about Left Eye.
Right. And it's completely out of the context of the conversation.
Come on, man. You just stretch it. You stretch it too hard.
Just like Gail King. Completely out of the context of the conversation.
Only out of the context of the fucking conversation.
I just don't feel like it. But again.
Of course you don't. Because you're a hater.
Anyway, I feel like Yo, at the end of the day, I feel like Yo was within her right. I don't feel like she did anything that brought Martin down. Again, this was directly related to the show because this was the motherfucker that she accused of sexual harassment when the show ended. So again,
yeah, but they did that already though.
You know, everybody. So she still acts.
But they did that already though. They did already. She missed out on the scoop. Her bad. Now all of a sudden she want to get in on it later. Like, what the fuck you mean that bus is gone?
I personally didn't know, so it was news to me. As if it was news to me, it might have been news to a lot of other people. I don't sit around just Googling shit all fucking day. But I do listen to morning talk shows to get some stuff like that. So I don't feel like Gail was not within her right as a journalist to ask something that directly corresponded with what they had going on at the time when it ended. I do not feel like it was that big of a deal.
So okay, let's use that same philosophy. What did the question of Kobe shit in Denver have to do with the 20th year celebration shit?
Of what?
Of the Lakers shit.
Like, I don't know. I didn't.
I mean, not the 20 years celebrating his birthday, because that's what it was. They were celebrating Kobe's birthday.
And let me say this, because I pointed out before that every story is his own story. That may have been in poor taste, but I don't feel like this was in poor taste.
Okay, well, let me ask the question a different way. The same question that I asked earlier that you just kind of ignored, right? In terms of relevant news that people would want to know, right? Why didn't she ask her anything about the kidnapping attempt that happened 2 to 3 months ago?
I do not know. I cannot answer for Gail King, but I know that Gail directly.
But no, you talking about you saying that the reasoning. See, this is what I'm talking about, right? You saying that the reasoning for her asking about the Martin shit,
in correlation to what was going on when the show ended. It dealt with the same person that she had accused at one time. I felt like Gail was in her right to explain that shit to the public, like, hey.
Okay, why didn't she ask?
When they went off, this is what happened. Now they're coming back 25 years later. This is what Tisha has to say about it.
Why didn't she ask her about the impact that Tommy dying had on the rest of the cast members?
I don't know.
Feel what I'm saying? Why didn't
again? But none of that to me. It still doesn't unjustify that she asked her that. I feel like she still was in her right to ask her that.
We're not talking about what you got a right to. We're talking about right or wrong.
I don't feel like I don't feel like she was.
We're talking about moral right or wrong.
I do not feel like she was wrong.
Let me ask you a different question.
Hater.
Right? You had 2 other interviews. We already discussed on the last podcast about Gail that none of those questions are surprise questions. You went so far as to say that it was probably questions that the producers told her that she needed to ask. Right?
And it could have been the same situation next time.
Again, in that scenario, with the producers wanting to have that question asked for the salacious fucking response that they think they might get, right? Because Tisha sidestepped that shit like a true G. I'm gonna give her all her fucking flowers, right? But you got 3 interviewers.
Let me ask you something. What's the name?
Let me ask you this. Let me finish with my question. 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 But just let me finish with my question first. Just let me finish with my question first.
Because y'all
act like answer your question.
So
out of the 3 people who are interviewers there, right? And we know that there's going to be the question that is going to be looked at as being the most salacious question, right? We know that the question that's going to be asked about the sexual harassment shit is going to be the controversial question, right? Why does it have to be the black woman?
Do you not think that the network had questions that they wanted?
Why does it have to be her? You had 2 other people who were right there. It would have came off a lot less.
But again, because the show is not her show and it's not the Gail King show, maybe you can ask the producers, like, why would you have Gail act?
No, I'm asking you because you were the one who stood up. No. You don't get to fucking take that. You don't get to take that out. You don't get to take that out simply because you started this conversation off by saying Gail King is a vet in her business and she can do whatever she wants. That's what you said.
It
You
could have
said
been a
that.
producer
I didn't
thing.
say that.
Again,
You said that. You
the
said
name
Gail
is not-
King
the
can
name
do
is not
whatever
the
she
Gail King.
wants
The name
because
is
she got
not
a
the
lot of
Gail
equity
King
in
show.
her job. You
You
said
answer that for me. The name of the show
You
is not
said
the Gail
that.
King
I didn't
show.
say that. You said that Gail King can
Nah, you
choose
can't
what she
bring
wants to
something up
do
and now
at
that I
this stage
answered
of the
the way you
game.
didn't want me to answer.
I did
now
not
you want
say
to try
that.
to make it
I'm
seem
just
like
holding
that.
you to what you
And
said.
I'm glad
And
you
since
held me
you
to it
said
because
that
this is
Gail
another
King can
situation
choose
where the same
what
answer
question she
stands.
wants to ask, I'm going to assume that Gail King simply chose that question.
okay.
That there was somebody else who could have asked that question, but Gail King wanted to be the one to ask that question.
But we don't.
You know why Gail King wanted to ask that question?
But we
Because
don't.
Gail King wanted to be the one, like you say, to ask the
But
tough
we
questions.
but
She
at the
don't
end
give a
of it,
fuck
like you
about
said,
the way
we
that
don't
shit
know.
comes off to black men.
We don't know.
We
how
not
to
in
handle
her.
it.
We not
don't
in
know that for a
her.
fact.
We are not in her fucking consideration.
We
The only
don't
consideration
know that for a
is
fact.
how salient she can be with the information.
The producers come out
So once
and say,
again, is how
this
far can you
individual
sell
had
a
this
black man
question.
out
We don't
for your
know.
fucking career? How far
We
will
don't
you
know.
sell a black man out for your career?
We don't know.
Hater.
How far will you sell a black man out for your career? We know how far she'll go.
I don't
How far
feel
will
like
you go?
I do not feel like she showed them out, but the same
How
circumstances.
far will you
so
sell
was
a black
factor in
man
how much.
out for your career?
I don't feel like Gail sold them out.
How okay is it to sell a black man out consistently for your career?
I feel like Gail is out here selling black men out, first of all.
I'm telling you that this is how we feel.
Just because you telling me doesn't mean it needs to be true. It's
But
your
it is though.
So again,
her pattern should tell you it's true though.
So again,
it doesn't.
Her pattern. Her pattern should tell you it's true though.
So again, what you're saying to me, what you're saying to me is it's more important.
That's written on the 10 Commandments that God
Hey,
Moses.
so when you start your career in journalism,
it's not that you acting like it's your opinion.
All you saying
it's
to
fact,
me,
though.
all you saying to me is that it's more important to you that Gail does what the fuck she wants to do.
That's not what I said. That's what you're
than
saying.
it is for you to accept
that
that a black woman could actually be doing something that hurts a black man.
That's not what I said, buddy.
I'm telling you, that's what it comes off as.
That's not. Just because you taking it like that, I could.
Well, we're telling you that.
Your thought, but that's not what I said.
We are telling. Here.
That's not what I said.
Here. Let me ask you this. If my kid, who is 13, right, comes through every day, he walks past me in the living room, he kicks my fucking foot, right? It's just what he does, right? He in a rush or whatever. But I'm 57 and I got corns, right? And they hurt. It hurts. Every time this little motherfucker kicks my foot, it hurts. And then me and you are having a conversation. And I say, remember, you love this motherfucker. You love this little motherfucker to death. But what I say to you is, man, fuck this little motherfucker. This little bastard come through and kick my shit. And this shit hurt every motherfucking time this nigga do it. And you tell me, I don't think it hurts. I think you're just taking it the wrong way. That's how this conversation feels.
I mean,
that's exactly how this conversation feels.
It's your opinion, just like it's my opinion.
It's not my opinion. I'm telling you how we feel. You ain't a dude. You have no fucking idea.
Men don't constitute all men.
But it does.
I don't feel like that. You're not gonna make me say that it do. Y'all are entitled to y'all opinion. I'm entitled to mine.
So how many dudes we gotta find that agree with us for you to understand?
I just don't.
I mean, because we can run a poll. We can run a poll.
Here. Let me say something, Frank. Let me say something, Frank.
Until we run a poll.
Let me say something, Frank. This is for Frank. This is for Frank. Right, Frank.
Yes, sir.
Here's what I'm gonna say to you. Right. I've been kicked in the balls. Right. That shit hurts unbearably. Right. Like you cannot think of, as men, me and you, I cannot think of more physical pain. Can you?
Nah.
Well, Shell doesn't believe that because Shell can believe in childbirth. So getting kicked in the balls ain't shit. Now, mind you, me and you will tell her that shit hurts like a motherfucker. It hurts to us as much as childbirth. but Shell is never gonna believe us. So we can expect Shell to kick us in the balls, bro. Protect your nuts.
Yeah, I got a cup. We agree to cup. Break out the big boy cup.
And that's not what I'm doing now. I'm just saying
that is exactly
y'all
what
opinion is y'all opinion.
That is exactly what you're doing.
It doesn't mean everybody.
It's not an opinion.
Right.
It's not a fucking opinion.
No, but she want us to run a poll though. And we gonna run a Facebook poll though, bro. And we go show her. You know what I'm saying? You don't know niggas fuck with Gail.
You don't got balls.
That was the worst thing that
you ain't got no balls.
Done in her career.
I bet if you had balls, you'd feel like that.
No, I
bet you feel like that if you had balls.
Hey, she would feel like that if she wasn't such a hater.
So don't try to take mine.
She would feel like that if she wasn't such a hater.
All I'm saying is that your opinion is entitled to your opinion. I'm not trying to tell you.
It's not my opinion,
don't tell
man.
me.
It's the pattern of the shit, though.
So you telling me if I tell you, right, that Gail King kicking me in my balls hurts, you gonna tell me that's my opinion?
I'm saying that you
saying it's my opinion that hurts?
You're entitled to feel the way that you feel. I personally don't feel.
How about this? How about this? How about this?
Like it wasn't the worst case scenario.
How about this?
You want to compare it to somebody
if I'm entitled,
that's you. I can't take
if I'm entitled to feel, I
never said you were wrong.
No, let me finish. Let me say something. If I'm entitled to feel how I feel about another person's behavior, right? How about I'm entitled to not feel like that by the person not exhibiting that behavior?
And you
that don't work.
But the thing about it is that
okay,
you
here. How about this?
Agree, and I don't.
How about this? I think that I'm 20-year-old K-Mac, and I think that anytime a woman says some slick shit to me, I should choke her motherfucking ass out to the last fucking breath that she thought she could take in her fucking life. I think that that's what I should do. And if she feels like that's out of line, that's just how she feels. But that's what we rolling with. So if she don't want to feel that, then she shouldn't get choked. How about that?
I'm not doing this with you.
Now that sounds crazy as fuck, don't it?
No,
imagine how you sound. Imagine how you sound to me. Imagine how you sound to me. I'm telling you.
That's why this is my favorite podcast.
Specifically offends me, right? It specifically offends me and the vast majority of men like me.
You stop and go because I'm not saying, but I don't expect you to agree with me. So that's where I'm at with it. You want me to succeed. I'm not fucking doing that because I don't feel like it was that bad.
Okay. Let me
now you're
here.
Gotta love her for standing on her stand on, goddammit.
Let me give it to you different.
That's how Frank feels. I'm not trying to make y'all not feel what y'all feel. I'm just saying to
gotta
me.
love her for standing on her stand on.
Okay, I'm gonna show you how the shit is so different, right? When it's in reverse, right? At some point, right, during the time we've been doing these podcasts, right? My opinion on men, women, communications, and relationships was that, look, man, fuck how I say it. Get to what I'm saying. Because we need to fix this motherfucking problem. And how you feel don't mean a motherfucking thing. Since then, right, you have beat me over the head, you and other people, right? And I have come to the understanding, whether I agree with it or not, right, that your feelings are just as important. But hey, let's reverse it. Let's rewind the shit and go back to, how I used to feel. And now I'm going to employ your philosophy, which is, yeah, well, that's just your opinion. So fuck your feelings. I don't give a fuck about feelings. Don't talk to me about no motherfucking woman's feelings, right? Talk to me about facts. Your feelings, you getting flowers, all that shit. Nigga, talk about that shit to your motherfucking girlfriend, because it ain't no nigga shit. And I ain't trying to bend on understanding that this shit hurts your fucking feelings. Fuck your feelings.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Cool? I don't feel like.
Well, that's what you doing.
No,
that's what you're doing, dude.
I'm telling you that
that's what you're doing.
I'm telling you that you're entitled to your opinion on it, and I'm not going to try to sway your way. I personally don't feel like, I feel like she was a journalist. I feel like she did within her rights as a journalist, and I feel like she said Tisha for a good answer, and she did. She came back and she said that we've grown since, and we have personal growth. We worked hard to repair it, and I feel like that was okay.
And I feel like you feel that way.
I don't. To me, that wasn't. You know, that wasn't the three.
It wasn't that bad, right?
To me,
it wasn't really that bad.
The 3-part trilogy, The Lord of the Rings, where they was trying to bring the ring to the fires of Mordor, and they had to go through 3 fucking books to do it. I understand
what you're saying.
I don't feel like it was that bad, but that's me.
Yeah, you don't feel like it was that bad. You feel like it was just a nigga grabbing a chick's arm, just a little.
No, I feel like she was justified in doing her job.
Well, the nigga that grabbed the chick's arm and pulled her away from the bar realized that she had had one too many drinks and she wasn't going to be able to drive home.
I think that Shell is a hater.
So he did what was necessary. It wasn't that bad. What's up, bud?
I think she don't like black men.
At any rate, I don't feel like that, and I'm not going to agree with that. So we can move on.
I'm waiting for you to show me an example where she did the same thing with a white chick.
I'm not
or a black woman.
Or a white dude.
I think in journalism, I think that every story is a different story. I'm not trying to compare this to what she did with anybody else. I feel in this instance, she was doing her job as a journalism. She was definitely within her rights to access. And I'm okay with that.
And I think that if you try to look at Gail King's fucking behavior in a vacuum, each particular incident in a vacuum, you can always make that argument. But you are. It's a different story. She's a journalist. Not 1-2 scenarios are ever going to be the same with being in journalism.
But it's not though. All of her scenarios lead to the same fucking point, and that's fucking demasculating and fucking over black dudes.
If that's how you see it,
no. That's the point. That's the pattern. That's the pattern. You can go see it too. You can go see it too, though.
I want to know, how do you ignore that?
You can go see it too, though.
Matter of fact, it ain't even that you ignore it, because you acknowledge it. You just say it ain't that bad.
It's because she ain't.
No,
and I'm saying how much fucking over the black man can you do before it becomes that bad? Like, what does she have to do? Does she have to accuse a black man of sexual harassment and then it come out that she lied? Before, or even that's not going to be good enough?
Nah, because that ain't going to be that bad, because somebody abused her along the way.
Hey.
I gave you this bell the last time on the Meg Thee Stallion shit. We're back having the same conversation again. And you still saying the same shit. You still saying that what she didn't do wasn't that bad. And what we saying is it's not a question of it being, it's not a question of what the particular fallout was. It's a question of what is her fucking intentions here? What are you really trying to do, lady? And what we come up with is you trying to destroy the legacy of successful black men.
How her and Morty came to a place that they moved on. They moved on from growing up and personal growth and working real hard. We're coming from a place of forgiveness.
Still keep missing the point.
I feel like that was she set her up to give the perfect answer, and she did. I don't feel like it's not as bad as y'all making it seem. But again, I'm not y'all. I'm not gonna try to. I don't feel like she demasculated Martin asking those questions.
You know what I'm realizing right now? You just don't value black men.
She a hater.
That's what this is.
You a hater. That's not what you a hater.
You see all this pretty blackness? You see all this pretty blackness right here? All this black excellence right here?
Now we don't take it to a show, do black men value black women? That's a different type of show, and we already too long in this one, so I'm not doing that. but that's not what I feel like.
All I'm saying is this: you got 2 black men right now telling you that certain behavior from a black woman is hurtful, and you telling us, oh well.
I'm telling you,
either you don't believe us.
Look,
either you don't believe us, which is, oh well, that's y'all opinion, or it doesn't matter, which is, well, what I feel like what she's doing ain't that really that serious. You got 2 black men telling you in real time the consummate effect of the shit that Gail King has consistently been doing. We don't have no reason to lie to you. And what your response is niggas, what y'all feel don't matter.
I'm not saying this,
you
but
don't
I know what
value us.
I know what a job
and
is.
the cold thing about it is that your response is pretty fucking typical of sisters. You are not unlike most black women.
Okay.
I'm not surprised. I'm hurt in the realization right now in the moment.
I mean,
and
you
my
can take
cousin.
it the way you gonna take it. I'm not. You taking this way too personal. Because I feel like Jill is a journalism and she did her job. Then I don't. To me, that's not. I don't think in the same sense because I feel like she did her job and she was in her right to answer that question after how it all went down. I don't. To me, I'm not trying to demasculate Martin in it. The question needed to be fucking asked and she asked it.
But it didn't though.
Well, and that's your opinion.
No, that's fact. It's just,
I mean, what makes it fact? Because you said it?
No, because it was completely out of the context of the motherfucking conversation, which makes it fact.
Tell me who you are.
Who, me personally? None flyer.
The black.
Tell me who
you want me to tell you?
None flyer. Black man extraordinaire.
I am. That's how you felt.
None flyer.
Who I am.
Black man extraordinaire.
I'm gonna tell you who I am. I am the black man who was hurt by
that she can't ask that question. It's her job.
No, I didn't say she couldn't.
It's not about what she can't do.
I didn't say she couldn't. I just said it was completely out of the context of the conversation. She can ask what she want to ask.
So I mean,
all this shit, including you talking over every fucking body, right? All this shit is just all this shit simply goes back, right, to the shit that I've always said, right, which is that the black woman as a whole, not as any specific individual, right, but generally as a whole, black women balk at the idea that a black woman could do anything that inherently hurts a black man. Like, I've been through this shit in relationships, right? Where I'm saying, look, man, this shit here ain't cool. And the motherfucker is saying, yeah, well, that's just your opinion. I think that whoop, 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 whoop. And I'm saying, nah, man, I'm telling you, this shit makes me feel fucked up.
Okay.
And the black woman consistently telling us as black men, either your opinion or your feelings don't matter, right? Or they don't exist. And both of those are emblematic of the idea that if me as a black woman did anything to make you as a black man feel like you're under attack, then I must be a bad person. And of course I can't be a bad person. So I gotta fucking attack the validity of whether or not I even made that black man feel like that. So nah, nigga, you didn't feel like that. You thought you felt like that. What it was this, that, and the third. Your opinion is woo, woo. Oh, no, it wasn't that. You taking it too far. No, I'm telling you how I feel about this particular set of fucking actual factual circumstances. You don't get to tell me that I don't feel like that.
But let me ask you something.
If you come into the comment, wait, let me finish. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. One last thing. Let me finish my point. Can you please finish?
March your fucking ass.
Please.
Did you?
I can never finish a point.
Did you petition all the petitions that? Did you call your state representatives? Did you call your governor? Did you lock yourself on a lockdown? Did you do all of this? When a man was trying to tell a woman she don't have the right.
What the fuck does that have to do with?
Because that's how you trying to make it seem like to me.
So what you saying is?
You tell me. No, when you give me this.
So what you saying is whatever problem that you about
because I love you.
So what you saying is whatever problem you about to, whatever problem that you about to identify right now is the reason why my feelings don't meet.
I don't want you to agree with me. I want you to agree with me because it's the right thing to do. And you be like, well, I don't have no stake in it. Regardless, you always say that.
But we agree though. That's the difference. But we agree though. I
don't want you to agree with me because you fucking love me because you love me.
But we do.
But the chick that's standing next to you that you don't love, I want you to have the same empathy for her that it's not right.
We will through you.
That she can't do what you do with a bite. Not because
we will by backing you though.
I understand that and I love you for it. But if you're not petitioning
and her,
you're not
and
going
her,
to Washington DC and get on these
them over there.
If you're not doing any of that, then you're not doing this for the fucking cause. And I don't need you to tell me.
But we are though, because we are supporting you. So that is a completely new point. As long as we in the fight.
It's the right thing to do.
It is.
When you complaining about all this, that's what I hear all the time. That you told me that I ain't got no stake in it.
So you pretty much got to let her finish talking.
I'm going along with it.
And then try to get in when you can.
You found me with this, and we're never going to agree on it.
But we do though. We always follow you. Just for the fact of the fight, right, wrong, or indifferent. But you do though. But you do. But you do.
I want you to feel like that because it's right. I want you to feel like no matter if it's jail or if it's fee, you don't
get that support. They get that support through you.
And that's
by us supporting you. By us supporting you, we support them all.
That's supposed to make me feel good, but it doesn't. It's just saying that you again. It goes back to the comment where I don't have a stake in the game.
By us supporting you, we support them all. Period.
No.
By us fighting for you, we fight for them all. Period.
But if
period.
See how that sounds.
Period. One vote for you. There's one vote for them all. So this is a bad analogy.
About that, when you tell me that I don't really help.
I think it's a perfect analogy.
All together. But I'm gonna support it because it's you. I want you to support it because it's the right thing to do, and not
so here's the
because even when I'm dead. And they got other little girls out here or other women who got raped and don't want to keep their baby, but now somebody telling them that they got to or they gonna go to jail because of it. I want you to support it because it's right.
So here, can I address it? Can I address it? Can I address it? Can I address it? Can I address it?
That's how y'all following me right now.
No, can I address it?
Go ahead.
Without getting cut off is what I mean.
Nope.
So I'm glad that. Yeah, obviously. I'm glad that you make that point, right? Because you actually, the point that you make is against your argument, right? It actually supports what me and Frank are saying, right? Because in that example that you use, right, about the abortion issue, right? Here, let me just say it in a nutshell, right? Support to you means agreeing with you. Now, we don't get. Let me finish. Let me finish. You just said that though, Shell. You just said that.
I said I want you to agree with it because
Shell, let me finish. Can you let me fucking finish a point ever? Can you ever let me finish a point?
Well, say it right because that's not what I said.
I'm saying it right. I'm saying it right. You're just not letting me never finish nothing. You never do. You never let me finish a point ever. Right? You get triggered by something that I'm saying inside of what I'm saying, and the conversation goes left. And I'm trying to address specifically what you said, right? And specifically what you said in that fucking long ass conversation that we had about the abortion shit, where both me and Frank was saying, "Look, we rolling with you," you know what I'm saying, because you are a girl, right? What I said to you also in that conversation is that, and this is what I mean when I say. You think what's right is agreeing with you. There's 51% of Americans who disagree with you on the abortion issue. 51%. That means the majority of Americans think that you have the wrong position. And your position in talking to me is that I have to agree with you. If not, no, let me finish. We're not talking about we're talking about the political positioning, right? We're just talking about you.
Just like how
you say, look.
Men,
remember, it's not just men that voted, man. It's women that vote too. 51% of women don't agree with you.
Some people that I know. who
You're
it
not
could
listening to what I'm saying, dude.
But no,
Listen to what I'm saying.
Don't try to put words in my mouth. That's not what I said.
What you just said, you want me.
I don't want
you don't want me to agree with you.
I want you to agree on the issue because it's morally wrong. Not
because the issue is right. And what I'm saying is, and what I'm saying to you, right, is from your perspective, right? The only position I can have is the same position as you because you believe that you're right. But in reality, most Americans think that you're wrong. So I don't have the option to have free thought, right? The only thing that I'm allowed to do that's acceptable to you is agree with you. Not only agree with you in my action, but agree with you in my heart as well. You want me to feel like you feel. And we ended that conversation on me saying, I might not feel like the way you feel, and I have some solid linear reasons for it that I could trace back to why I feel like I don't have a stake in the game. It's not I don't have a stake in the game because I don't have a coochie. It's I don't have a stake in the game because of all of these historical shits that has been laid out for me to behave in a particular way historically. And now you're asking me to do something different, right? And my position on that was, you my woman, okay, right? Now let's talk about the conversation we having right now today. And I say,
I think it still goes back.
Let me finish. Let me fucking finish. Now we get to the conversation today. And it's my turn for you to not only agree with me because it's me, but agree with me because it's the fucking right thing. And what you say to me is, nigga, fuck you.
I'm saying I simply don't agree because Gail King is a fucking journalist. I think
that's fuck you.
That's fuck you. To do her job.
That's fuck you. That's fuck you with a reason.
And that's how you take that. I'm not saying fuck you. Let me ask you this. If you feel that bad about it, you feel that bad about it.
Let me ask you this.
You feel that bad.
Let me ask you this though.
That's not making wrong.
Let me ask you this though.
Questioning to her.
Let me ask you this.
It simply doesn't make it wrong. She's a journalist. Her job is to ask questions.
Let me ask you fucking this. I am not, okay, look, I'm not a lawmaker, right? I don't have no vote in Congress, and the abortion, I don't have no vote on the fucking Supreme Court, and the abortion issue is not up for the popular vote, and I'm an ex-felon who's never registered to vote any fucking way, right? On top of that, my woman has told me, nigga, shut the fuck up when it comes down to abortion. It's my body. You ain't got fuck to say about it, nigga. Pay the bill on the front end or the back end, nigga. You pay for the abortion or you pay for the baby for 18 years and shut the fuck up. And that's been my fucking position. Okay, sweetie, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. It's not my issue. Don't got fuck to do with it. Now, here comes the white people, right? And they said, Michelle, fuck what you talking about. Your positioning is wrong. And Shell now wants me to come and fucking support her. And my position is, fuck that. I don't think that they wrong. Fuck some abortion shit. You get pregnant by me, motherfucker, you better have a fucking baby. I don't agree with that abortion shit in the first fucking place.
That was never the point. The point was about free choice. So I asked you morally.
What you mean? It's the same thing for me.
Don't take my choice away.
Politically, I disagree with you. Politically, I disagree with you. I don't think that what they talking about is all that bad.
Okay.
Now what?
Okay.
Now, how does that make you feel? Now, remember, not only am I not standing with you, now I'm taking a fucking stance against you. Well, that's how I feel you are being with us in fucking Gail King. Not only are you not understanding that this shit is hurtful, but you taking a whole position against us. You telling us, nigga, your hurt is connected to some other bullshit and it's some fuck shit, and nigga, you niggas need to get over it and let Gail keep on fucking over niggas.
Asking Tisha Campbell about something that she probably came out and said it's not a moral compass.
It don't matter. Now you still trying to justify me feeling.
I don't have to justify.
You're trying to justify.
I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it.
Okay, well, I don't agree with you on the abortion shit.
Was okay. And
I think them white people. I think
was wrong. I feel
I don't get no say in the matter, and I don't get no say in the matter. Not only that, shit, I wear runners.
It was so publicly again. I think that she was within her right to ask that question. Again, it seems to me that because men or whoever, women too, have had an issue with Gail in the past, every story is its own story. I do not feel, I'm not saying that Gail King has never been wrong in anything she's done. I just feel in this instance, she wasn't wrong in her line of questioning. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that Gail gets the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, you're saying that what we're talking about is some bullshit.
Everything
what you're saying is
right.
You can come up with 15 different ways to say it. All you keep saying is the way we feel is bullshit.
That it was wrong.
You keep telling us that the way we feel is bullshit.
At any rate, I'm not doing this.
You keep telling us the way
I keep telling you, and I'm not doing this all night.
I keep telling you.
Your opinion is your opinion, and I can respect
I keep telling you.
All I'm saying is that
I think that you should feel. I think that you should be behind banning Gail King because it's the right thing to do.
No, it's not.
It is.
I'm not.
It's the right thing to do.
Her job is
you need to. I'm saying what I'm saying is my position, right, on Gail King is that she needs to be eliminated.
Who got the comments that saying what y'all saying again? I don't see that morning show being labeled the Gail King show until we know what the producers are asking her to ask. We cannot burn her.
Ain't nobody produced Gail King. That's Oprah girl. She asked what the fuck she want to ask.
It's not her name. Is not on the show.
It is. She in there somewhere. I bet you she got producer credits.
You
run it back. I bet you she got some type of producer credits on that show.
Not the marquee of the show.
Man. She the biggest person on the show. She the only person on the show you motherfucking know. So yeah, she is.
Robin, and so is Michael Strahan, but it's still called.
They wasn't even on that. They wasn't even on there. Those two motherfuckers wasn't on there though. Those two motherfuckers wasn't over there.
Work for a network.
Yeah, but
what? It ain't
that is April. Not April, but that's Oprah girl, and I guarantee you she ain't just sitting there asking questions. To be asking questions. I guarantee you she got producer credits on that bitch.
But that's Oprah girl.
She got producer credits on that bitch. I bet you that. I bet you that segment. I bet you that segment was some type of produced by Gail King. I bet you.
Was this
I bet you. I bet you 15 push-ups. I bet you 13 jumper jacks. I bet you 6.5 burpees. I bet you 2.5 stairs. That she got some type of producer credits on that show. How much you want to bet?
I'm just saying that.
Here, let's take this away from Oprah and Gail.
We don't know.
Let me ask this.
I'm pretty sure though.
Let me ask this. The late night show with David Letterman, to me, that's his fucking show. He's a one man. He's a one man show. The name is his, and he acts whatever the fuck he wants. And I don't think nobody is really questioning him about it.
I bet you the producers don't want to know that shit because they already know that shit.
People, and she's on a show that's not her name. I'm not saying y'all wrong, but I just don't think we could burn her to the stake because we don't know what the network might have pressured. We don't know. We don't know. In that 2% that we don't know, we can't say it's 100%. It's still 98%.
Let me ask you something.
She was pressured.
Can I ask a question that is not so triggering, please? Maybe we can get some clarity. So, historically, right, in our community, Black community, right, we know the police to be on some other bullshit, right? Stop and frisk, take your ass for your gang member, you get dropped off in other motherfuckers' hoods, get your ass kicked in the back of the alley. All this shit is illegal, right? Now, cops are the fucking the holders of the law, the purveyors of the law, or whatever the fuck, right? Now, let's say no Black men had been getting killed in the popular fucking culture. Let's just say this is 1983, not 2022, right? And or let's say 88, right? And you got a group of black kids, it's rappers, right? They come out with a song, Fuck the Police. In that song, they detail all the fuck shit that the police do. Now, every black man youth, right, recognizes every single identifiable fucking act that was described in that song as some shit that they've actually lived, right? Like, we all been jacked up, fucking black police trying to show out for the motherfucking white cop, motherfuckers beating you. We all been through that. We know this is the reality, right, in our world. But it's not the reality in fucking Brentwood, right? With the white kids and shit on their way to the fucking tennis courts in a group. They're not a gang, right? So when NWA was saying, fuck the police, and this is what they do, white America, the suburban America, not the kids, but the parents were saying, well, shit, you can't say fuck the police because that doesn't happen, right? But you had a whole fucking community of people who didn't have a voice, who felt exactly what it was that NWA was fucking saying. And then you had an entire different group, a community of people who had absolutely no idea and could not relate. The problem was that the white adults didn't believe it, right? And so you got all kind of fucking protests and the fucking parental fucking discretion stickers and everything to stop this narrative from getting to their kids in the suburbs, right? Like, we know this happened, right? Fast forward to today, and a motherfucker says, look, man, we've been getting our ass kicked by the fucking police for all this fucking time, and we've been screaming about it. And for anybody to come out and say Black Lives Matter is not a real thing, it's really just some hurtful shit. Because what you're saying to me with this all lives matter shit is that my life really doesn't matter. Like, the story that I'm telling you about what my experience is, my reality, to you as a person who doesn't live my reality, you reject it. You just totally invalidate some shit that I know to be true. And you have all these fucking keywords and dog whistles and fucking phrasing and shit, right? And, you know, fucking what's the theory shit we be talking about? CRT and the fucking black on black crime and fucking the white reduction fucking theory and all this bullshit, right? That kind of takes my real history, the real history of black men and black women to some extent in America, it invalidates it because you simply, as white Americans, you don't want to believe that it was actually your people who actually made us feel this way, that did these atrocious things to us. And us as a people, what we say is, how fucking dare you? How fucking dare you tell me all lives matter? Bitch, your life been mattering. Well, that's kind of what I'm feeling right now in this conversation. It's like me and Frank is the niggas and you like the white person and shit who doesn't fucking get that we've really been hurt by your people.
And I'm not saying it. I'm saying that I'm not trying to take how you feel away from you. I'm just saying that I simply do not feel like she did a bad job in what she did.
That is taken away.
It's not. I'm not telling you because I'm not making.
I'm telling you what it feels like.
I'm not trying to make you agree with me. I'm just telling you that I feel like within the realms of what she is professionally, she was okay to ask that question.
And that would be the same argument, and that would be the same argument that a conservative white suburban mother would make for the police departments historically in the United States. That they're just doing their jobs.
I don't think they did a bad job at it. I mean, 2 or 3 of them, it don't matter.
It don't really matter. It's not that much. So what? They bust a couple of heads.
That's not what I'm saying, and I'm not.
But that is what you're saying.
And I'm not gonna let you like.
But that is what you're saying. I know you don't want me to say it like that because it makes it sound like I'm saying you're a bad person. And I'm not saying you're a bad person.
No, it's not what I'm
saying. That you're not having empathy for the other person that's in the conversation.
No, I'm just saying that.
At the same time, at the same time.
I'm repeatedly saying that I'm not trying to take your opinion or how you.
At the same time.
But why?
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
I don't feel like Gail wrong. She's a journalist.
Listen at what I'm saying. It's the same way, right? It's the same way reverse, where because you are staunch in your feelings about a woman's choice, right? That you feel that the only right thing that I could feel is what you feel. Even though the majority of the country feels something different, it hurts you so that they could take that choice from you. That what you're saying to me is, Keith, how can you be so inhuman as to not understand that taking my choice away is the most hurtful thing that a person can do? It's only right that I could have that choice. And that's what I'm saying to you right now. It's only right that you understand that what this person is doing is hurtful to black men. It's a black man telling you this, a hurt black man telling you this. And she ain't trying to destroy me. She ain't saying shit about Kingfish Mac and the Piranha Pond. It's the idea that a black woman would take that particular stance and think so little of the legacy of a black man is what's hurtful. And what you do is you endorse that by saying, well, she only doing her job and it's not that bad.
I'm just telling you that we don't know all the variables involved. That's all I'm saying.
Again,
somebody has to say that. But if you don't agree with it, I understand it. But we don't know all. Again, we don't know all the variables.
You're giving me reason. You're giving me reasons why there should be another feeling other than mine. Right?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying you don't know the variables involved.
So what if what variables would change how I should feel?
The show is not even her show.
How about that?
That's
what variables could be involved
you don't know
change
what may have
been
put on her shoulders to act. And again, her line of question I didn't find without a line. So there are many variables involved. Again, the show is not even her show.
A lot of people don't think that George Floyd. A lot of people don't believe that Derek Chauvin acted in excessive force when he killed fucking George Floyd. And they'll give you a whole bunch of reasons why. Don't make it right.
I'm not doing it.
It don't make it right.
I'm not doing
because you can give some reasons why. I'm telling you. And it's not even about her. And this is why we keep going back and forth. Because I'm telling you about my feelings. Mm-hmm. You're telling me about something that should justify me not feeling that way.
I'm telling you that if
you're saying, look. I'm saying
you came to my job and I treated you in a way that you feel because you may have said something out of line to my employee. But being that I'm in management, I checked your fucking ass about it.
I'm saying this.
That's my job.
I'm saying this to take it away from what you so personally connected to.
Fuck how you may feel about it. I'm gonna call you when I get out from work, and I'm like, hey, you gotta put me in a bad position. But
again, to take it away from
at that point,
to take it away from
was with Jason's Deli.
Again, to take it away from you trying to protect the black woman, because I know where you're gonna always land on that, right? And let me give you let me take you right back.
What I'm saying is that's what he is. He's a journalist. Okay, I don't know you making about her being a woman. I'm not.
So let me take it back.
Anybody in my eyes could have did that.
So let me take. That was my point. So let me take it back to, again, something that don't have nothing to do with Gail at all. Right? Again, trying to illustrate to you the point, right? The kid runs through the house and kicks my sore foot. He didn't mean to do it. He's only doing what the kid does, which is run through the house, which he shouldn't be doing in the first fucking place.
That's not what I'm
listen. Let me finish. What I'm saying to you is my foot was hurt by him continuously kicking on it. The shit hurts. What you telling me is, well, he only doing what a kid does. It don't stop my foot from hurting, sweetie. And if you think that explaining it to me that he's only a kid somehow alleviates the pain that is in my foot, then you don't give a fuck about me. It's not that you don't understand. It's that you don't give a fuck about my foot being hurt.
But you want me to agree with you when I'm certain.
I just want you to understand that
I
it hurts
understand what you're saying, but
without
I
you
can't
trying
agree
to
with
give me.
And
Without you trying to give me a reason why it's okay for her to hurt me.
Went outside her job. I don't feel like she went away.
I'm just trying to get you
to the show
I'm just
that they were on together.
trying to
very
get
bad.
you. I am just trying to get you to acknowledge that a black woman can hurt an entire group of black men without you giving me a good reason for her doing so.
I'm not doing that. Because you're taking it too far.
Here, let me say it to you a different way. A good reason for not doing what you're supposed to do or for doing something that you didn't do is called a fucking excuse. You need 1,000 good reasons for not doing the right thing. But you only need one good reason when you do the right thing. Just one. So you can give me 1,000 good reasons why this woman is doing the wrong thing, and it's still gonna feel wrong. Period. And you don't get to make the assessment because what we're talking about is how black men feel about Gail. So everything that you're telling me is to combat and nullify and fucking invalidate everything that we feel. But me and Frank and thousands of other black men in the fucking podcast space are all saying the same thing.
Fuck Gail King. Or Gail. I said Gail. Either way it go.
Anyway, we went hell long today and kept a few fucking live streamers.
Love y'all
with us. I love it when we have these very animated conversations and shit because they're very important
show
to culture. Y'all know that we always seeking understanding. In any event, I want to send a special shout out to my nigga Nick Nass. Fuck you at. Mama Nell showed up and you didn't. The fuck's going on here, partner?
Hey, Piranhas in the building.
We sent my guy Godspeed. Hope you're doing well wherever you are.
Hit me up. If you miss you today, boo.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
Mama
Indeed. Shout out to the Piranhas, man. I don't give you guys enough credit for showing up and having these conversations and shit. Like I said, they're important to the culture, even if we don't get as many live streamers as we want. We get a lot of fucking replays and shit. We get more replays on Facebook than we do on YouTube, really, which is fucking hilarious to me.
We grinded.
In any event, I want to thank everybody that joined us today on Facebook and YouTube Live. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody that's up in the comment section. We really appreciate you guys. If you joined us on the Facebook side of the game, like I was saying, jump over to the YouTube side and give us a sub over there and look-see. It always makes a big difference to us. If you catch us on either platform on the replays, because they stay up in perpetuity, leave a comment. They show up in real time. Nick Nass is always up in the middle of the night checking that out. He will respond to you, or shit, even me sometimes. If you join us on either platform, don't forget that we have joined over on the Clubhouse called Piranha Pond. We have a room where we sporadically open up conversations for you to join. We bring you up on stage. You don't have to show your face. You just have to fucking represent your place. Y'all know how it goes. In any event, no more real church announcements. Y'all know what it is, what it has been, what it always will be.
Happy Father's Day to y'all and everybody out
Yeah,
there.
baby.
Social land. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy
Y'all don't
Father's
have
Day.
to wear those holy draws no more. Y'all day coming.
Yeah, we can always look forward to some fucking socks.
I'm you know
always look forward to
I
socks.
treat my
By the
dad
way,
older
I
than
only
him.
wear
I like
Nike.
him well.
I
don't
only
like
wear
that.
Nike low cuts for all my kids that's out there trying to get me some socks for Father's Day. In any event, y'all know what it is, what it has been, what it always will be. We are Piranha Pond Live, the Piranha Pond Streamcast. I'm sorry, live at 5/7 Central. And now we are